Greetings, Knights of the Great Legion. This is Master Max88, and welcome to another Max Reacts, where I'm going to be taking a look at Monument Mythos, something that has been highly requested. I took my sweet-ass time getting to this series, but here I am, ready to take a look at the first season of the Monument Mythos, and this will be split into multiple parts. I'm not even sure if I'm going to continue this or not. Once again, it's really going to depend on the feedback. It's going to depend on what you have to say in the comment section if you want to see more of this or not, but I'm definitely curious to see this for myself. Monument Mythos has been mentioned not only on YouTube, but in my Discord server as well, and sometimes when I live stream, people bring it up as well, so I want to see what the hype is all about. This series has been brought up by some famous content creators in the world of analog horror as well, so there's something special here, and we're about to see exactly what it is. And like I said, if I do continue, this will be split into multiple parts. So for Season 1, I was thinking of doing 3 parts. We're going to be taking a look at 4 videos, then 4 more, and then not exactly 4, but 3 to conclude the first season, and I'm gonna proceed to do the same thing with Season 2, depending on what you guys have to say about this whole thing. But that out of the way, let's start with Liberty Lurker. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to AlexKansas, the creator of the Monument Mythos, another Alex in the world of analog horror. It's just filled with a bunch of Alex. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, let's see. Liberty Lurker. Uploaded all the way back in 2020. I really took my time with this. Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi. Frenchies. Interesting French accent. Demandez aux Américains. Naturally. Always ask the Americans. Okay, so some unholy things were done to the Statue of Liberty, and I wasn't expecting to hear some French in this whole thing. It's rather interesting. For those who doesn't know, I am French, so I didn't really need the English translation there, but I do appreciate it. It helps with everyone else following this video. French is not that common of language. But to my ears, my assumption is that the person speaking French was not a natural French, because there was an interesting accent there.
Island era orribile.
Oh.
L'intero posto puzzava di carne, come un mattatoio. C'erano anche uccelli morti ovunque, e mia sorella ne trovò persino uno nel gabinetto.
Dead birds in the toilet?
Se già la costa è così, diceva mio padre, immaginate quanto puzzeranno le città. Ricordo di aver sentito altre famiglie dire quasi scherzosamente che volessero tornare a Milano per via dell'odore.
Got so many languages here. This
aveva spurtato il profumo e acceso candele per tenere lontano il fetore, ma funzionava solo per un'ora o giù di lì, finché l'aria diventava di nuovo insopportabile. Le serate erano così calde, rimasi per lo più sveglia, anche se il resto della mia famiglia dormiva profondamente. Ricordo che guardavo fuori dalla finestra ogni notte e vedevo file di persone che venivano condotte alla Statua della Libertà dai funzionari. Se solo fossero saliti sul piedistallo, i funzionari se ne sarebbero andati e non sarebbe successo nient'altro. La mattina seguente però ci sarebbe stato un odore peggiore, come un mattatoio.
Slaughterhouse, huh? Emphasis on that word. Are they gonna launch a nuke? What was that just then? What the fuck was that? You saw what I saw. Something just like came out of there. I'm seeing horns from the looks of it, or is that some sort of giant hook? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. That's the best look we have at it yet. Maybe it's gonna come back in a video, but interesting renovation when it comes to the Statue of Liberty. Who knew that was there the whole time? The waste storage compartment to a mass grave. Again, going back to the slaughterhouse. Jacob Sender. Yeah. That would explain what I was talking about earlier, before we proceed with the next video. The French speaker did have a thick accent. Again, didn't really sound like a native French speaker, but still spoke an impeccable French. I'm not taking anything. The French spoken was beautiful, right on point. I understood every single bit of it, so very impressive. I always like it when someone goes through the very, very, very difficult journey of learning French and speak it in such a beautiful way. It's lovely to see. So yeah, well, great job. I don't know what's going on with the Statue of Liberty. All that said, it became some sort of slaughterhouse. We'll probably get more information about it as we continue in the Monument Mythos. Let's go. This one is called Rushmore Revenge. Rushmore Revenge. So another historical monument that was changed. Or vandalized, actually. Yes, government can fund mass murder if it's labeled as a national monument. Right. Everyday executions occur in 2,600 American landmarks. But why there? The blood of liberty will be avenged. Like, why would they pick those monuments? It's easier to hide the corpses? I don't know. That's my big question right now. More messages are found about Rushmore. Infection? It's pretty much all I can read right now. I will introduce infection next week. Dear God, not another pandemic. We have enough of this one. Due to security concerns, the National Park Service assigns patrols for the next 7 nights. The patrols are told to videotape all anomalies. I'm sure we'll get plenty. Here's the first one. See, that's something I talked about in my reaction to Gemini Home Entertainment. I love this kind of content, the lost footage type of content. Whenever these series introduce it, I really get hooked. I get completely hooked into it. Yep. Aliens confirm. Aliens are among us. Or maybe that's some sort of SOS signal. Someone's trying to reach out for help. Well, the guy filming all this sure ain't slacking. Gotta give credit where credit is due. He's a hard worker. Even though sometimes it's a bit difficult to see exactly what's going on. kind of see something. But it do be blurry. It do be very blurry at the moment. Or just completely dark. Bro, come on. I was giving him compliments saying he's doing a great job. Motherfucker can't even remove the lens cap. I take it back. I take it back. There we go again with the creepy shit. Hold up, hold up. Let's rewind this a little bit. What is going on now? Mount Rushmore is going through a punk phase? Like, what is this? They all have mohawks? I don't know, man. Mount Rushmore smells just like baby powder nowadays. I think it comes from the stuff that the workers put on the heads. Yeah, I see them do it all the time. They go from Washington to Lincoln every night, powdering it like a baby. Well, doesn't smell horrible like the Statue of Liberty. I guess they learned from that. They're covering the smell. Alright, we'll just move on straight to the third one. Alcatraz Attack. And then we got one more after this, and that's going to conclude the first part. It's very interesting so far. Way different than what I usually take a look at. Like, this doesn't involve animatronics or alternates. It just involves historical monuments that hides deep dark secrets. So I can certainly appreciate that AlexKansas gave us something completely different from what we're usually seeing. Ruins. Maybe. Tennis courts. Very important. You always need some tennis courts. And we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that place. Dear God. That's where people get drunk and do very inappropriate things. I feel like a message was written here for a second, and I'm just too stupid to see it. I just feel like some sort of special secret message was there for just a second. I am paying very, very close attention. I don't think that's how it works, man. I'm not looking forward to 2050. That little island is gonna erase the rest of the world. Apparently. So is it a ship? It's not much of an island, it's more of a ship. Well, what do you know? Alcatraz did attack, after all. We're down to the last one. I kind of feel weird. I kind of feel a bit empty inside, but yes, there it is. The last for this one. It's Dean Democracy. This is some
During
very
a program
dark
of ABC
shit.
Evening News, anchor Peter Jennings told viewers to look forward to next week for a special broadcast of national significance. Jennings would continue to remind viewers of the special broadcast over the next 7 nights, even referring to it at one point as the most unprecedented announcement in recent history. A week after its first mention, Jennings reminded viewers of the special broadcast one last time, asking them to pay attention later that night for an exclusive look at the greatest gift to the American people. Due to the anticipation built over the week, over 60 million Americans tuned into ABC, waiting for the evening news to end and for the special broadcast to begin. There were countless theories as to what would occur, from the announcement of alien life to the declaration of an all-out nuclear war. Speculation was brewing intensely. Once the evening news program ended, a black screen with a 10-second countdown commenced with the title Dean Democracy. Some viewers, so terrified of the threat of nuclear war, reportedly experienced nervous breakdowns and ran down the street, declaring that Dean Democracy was the code name for an all-out nuclear holocaust. Yet once the countdown ended, all fears were soon replaced with tears of joy and an excitement not seen since the end of World War II.
What are we waiting for? Let's bring them back home.
What?
In the seconds following James Dean's presidential announcement, hundreds of thousands of neighborhoods erupted into celebration. Although other candidates had promised to end the Vietnam War, none had so accurately expressed the same anger that they had felt, which Dean had perfectly conveyed in a 15-second broadcast. Due to popular demand, the ABC Evening News was canceled the next night, replaced by a 30-minute loop of James Dean's presidential announcement. The broadcast was watched again by over 38 million Americans, and the parties continued for the rest of the week. Due to repeated assassination attempts on Robert Kennedy, the Democratic Party presidential debates were canceled for the 1968 election season. However, this proved to be no issue for Dean, as polls indicated that he was in the lead for the entirety of 1967 and 1968, despite having had fewer public appearances and rallies than any other candidate.
They don't stand a chance.
The strength of his campaign relied on the powerful advertisements he directed that would air every Friday evening on ABC. The series of programs would be considered by many as another weekly TV series, and went on to become the highest-rated TV show on television after the conclusion of Star Trek in 1967.
Star Trek ain't got shit on the Dean, man.
Although a presidential debate was eventually scheduled 2 weeks before the election, James Dean instead invited opponent Richard Nixon to a track to race cars on the same night. Although reluctant at first, Nixon eventually agreed and went to spend the entire day with Dean, reportedly even telling the actor, "To hell with it, I'm voting for you. You're already a better president than I'll ever be." This statement, although only a rumor, would spread like wildfire in tabloids and permanently curbed Nixon's chance for victory.
Man, what can I say?
On the morning of November 1st, 1968,
Man is perfect.
4 days before Election Day,
even the opposition is like, fuck it, I'm voting for you, man.
Civilians they were fed up with James Dean, and that television was ruining American youth. After the broadcast, the groups went on to cut hundreds of power lines in the southeast, effectively preventing any of Dean's presidential ads from reaching any household below Tennessee.
How dare they?
Dean quickly heard of the incident, and despite the risk of an assassination, flew down to the south and quickly went to work with local electricians to repair the broken power lines. James Dean would be met with a supportive crowd, primarily younger voters who were eager to see a younger face back in the White House. Elderly white conservatives,
Now that's a
often the
precedent I
parents
can
of the
get
younger
behind.
supporters, remained in their houses and occasionally peered through their window blinds to catch a glimpse of the handsome candidate. Although it wasn't known to Dean at the time, hate groups in the South had perpetuated the idea that he was Satan in disguise, and cited his good looks and his love for jazz as being clear signs of the devil.
I love the reasoning here. I absolutely love the reasoning. He looks good and he likes jazz? That man is clearly the devil! I tell you what, folks. If you ever encounter someone that looks hella good and listens to jazz, go tell your local priest. Just alert them, okay? You're dealing with the devil. Fucking jazz. That was the man of the hour. Who's actually the devil? Wait, hold up.
James Dean is no man.
What? Produced by the Anti-Dean Association.
Elderly white conservatives in the Southeast would be the only
Just some
demographic
haters of
unfazed by
jazz.
his
That's
campaign.
all it is.
Yet Dean continued to travel from state to state, repairing power lines for 4 days straight until the very morning of the election.
Hell yeah.
On November 5th, 1968, James Dean received 75% of the popular vote with 395 electoral votes. Nixon congratulated Dean in a phone call the following morning, but Dean refused to acknowledge the win and instead asked to race cars again at the track. On January 20th, 1969, James Dean held his inaugural address at the official Capitol Raceway. Although presidents in the past had speeches that were typically around 20 minutes, Dean spoke for less than a minute.
What did he say? What was the message?
I have a speech, and it has the flotsam that you people expect to hear. But that's not fair. No, that's not fair at all. I'm here for all of you. It's only fair that you speak for yourselves. My words shouldn't be louder than yours.
Very inspirational so far.
So I've brought many other guests to speak. They're just people like you and I. In the same time that many other presidents have spoken by themselves, America will speak. Thank you.
Hell yeah. The Dean.
Dean proceeded to introduce many groups to the microphone, including civil rights activists and Native American families. Martin Luther King Jr. would also come
World
forward to
peace
speak in his first
brought by the
appearance
Dean.
since an attempt on his life 9 months prior. President Dean would conclude the inauguration with a brief bongo performance and went on to race Richard Nixon at the track.
He even got
In
bongos.
subsequent presidential inaugurations, those who disagreed with the elected president would instead celebrate Dean Democracy Day and protested by watching Dean's unique take on the address in place of the actual one. In a televised address, President Dean planned to inform Americans of his first 90 days in office. However, 6 seconds into the broadcast, the audio cut out and remained absent for the remainder of the speech. Although anti-Dean groups claimed responsibility and took pride in the sabotage, many civilians claimed that it benefited the president. The silent broadcast highlighted President Dean's sincere facial expressions and lively disposition, as opposed to the stern and stiff personalities of prior administrations. Viewers were proud to see a man in his prime at the most important position in the country. Ironically, President Dean's popularity grew after the technical difficulty, and film director Stanley Kubrick went on to call the broadcast the greatest silent film ever made.
He just got endorsed by Stanley Kubrick himself. Holy fucking shit. Now, for all the younger people watching this video right now, Stanley Kubrick is the fucking man, okay? He made some of the greatest movies of all time, so if he endorses you, you know you're doing something right, and clearly the Dean is doing everything right. It's my favorite out of the bunch so far. Out of all the videos I've seen of the Monument Mythos, my god. This one I would like 1 billion times. Because of the Dean. Even if he's the devil, I still love him. You know, sometimes you need a handsome devil who likes jazz to rule the country. Beautiful. Beautiful. I really wasn't expecting much from this one, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I saw Dean Democracy almost 10 minutes long, and I'm like, that might be a tough watch. I was thoroughly entertained. I was thoroughly entertained by this one. By far, the best experience out of all the Monument Mythos videos so far. So, I love it. I really, really love AlexKansas' take on analog horror, if you can even call this that. I think you can, pretty sure. This is a great series so far. Like I said, I'm gonna cut it short for now. I cut it short, not really. I mean, this video's been going for close to 30 minutes now, but figure of speech, I'm gonna stop part 1 here, and then I will probably carry on with part 2, depending on your feedback, and we've got once again 4 videos for that one, and part 3 would be the longest one by far. I'm looking at the length of the videos that would be featured in that one. It'd be, yeah, quite a doozy. But let me know what you think about all this. I'm really, really happy I took the time to watch Monument Mythos. Oh shit, I scroll down and I'm seeing Dean Disaster. It's probably part of season 2, and I feel like I kind of spoiled myself here. What do you mean, Dean Disaster? Nothing bad could possibly happen with the Dean? Holy shit. Okay, now I gotta keep watching this, man. I gotta keep watching this to see what Dean Disaster is all about, but of course, I don't want to skip all the other videos. I gotta do this right. I gotta do this properly. So, hopefully I got your support. Hopefully I can count on you to stay with me here as we watch the Monument Mythos. But that's really gonna be it for now. I'm gonna take my leave. This has been a long Max Reacts. So, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to join the Great Legions Discord server to discuss all kinds of things, the Monument Mythos, Walton Files, the Mandela catalog, or you could just post memes and shit posts, that works as well. You can also take a look at my Patreon page to help with all future uploads, and support the Dean. Yeah, vote for the Dean, that's what I gotta say, man. He's got my vote, and he should have your vote as well. Even though it was many years ago, we'll figure out some way to vote for him. There's gotta be a way. So, yeah. Thank you again. I'll just be on my way now. And with that, as always, take it away.